For your secondary viewing pleasure on working with Roll20, today we're going to talk about all of these icons up in the top right. I'm talking about all these things up here. And this is the player view. GMs kind of have a different view of things, but everything should seem the same. And we're going to do a very basic overview of everything because there's lots of other things that can be done with these icons up here. But we're going to just talk about the basic ones. The most basic one is here, the chat window. If you hover over anything, it'll tell you, hey, that's chat. This is where you see spells being cast and initiative being rolled and attacks, mostly. Everything in yellow is stuff that only the GM sees. This is where we make our rolls, and just in case you think we're lying about crits or something like that, you can always say, hey, I don't believe you, and then we'll probably say, here's a picture of this stuff. Ha ha ha, we're not lying, you're dead, or something like that. Also, all of your whispers are going to appear here as well in yellow. Next, after chat, is the art library window. If for some reason you need a picture of something, all you have to do is go up to the search bar, type whatever picture you want to find. Like, let's say you wanted to find art of a barbarian. Type in barbarian. It shows you all the available tokens and pictures, and here's things that can be paid for, but there's so much free stuff that you're never, ever, ever going to need to use it. Because, hey, look, here's a barbarian. Sometimes, though, it gets it a little wrong, and you have other bits that are culled from the internet. In any case, if you ever need a picture of something, it's right there. Moving along, though, from chat and art library, we have probably the most important place, which is the journal. On the journal, you'll see normally the way that I order things is enemies, characters, spells, and handouts. Under enemies, anybody that you fought or identified, you'll find here. And we also have them organized by their type. For instance, hey, you've fought a Goliath spider. If you ever wanted to reference the Goliath spider, it's right there. The only thing you'll be able to reference off of common knowledge is what all Goliath spiders have about them. Any other information that a GM has identified about it, like their DR or resistances or average hit points, you're probably going to have to write it down or otherwise make another knowledge check. It depends. We'll probably give you that information anyway. After the enemies, you're going to find usually the characters. There's always going to be a party token for a big map like this, and there's everybody's individual character. And currently we have it set similar to enemies so that nobody else can edit anybody else's character, but you can always open them up and look up what they've listed in their bio. Also, you'll notice that the new the new way we keep track of events is by listing it in important shit you've done. If you ever can't remember what the plot of this campaign is, or you want to remember what happened the last session 3 weeks ago, you can always reference it here in little sentences. You can also edit it yourself, I believe. After characters, here's spells, so that if for some reason you wanted to drop a grease pile or obscuring mist, they're built in there so that you should just be able to drop it, and then you'll notice, if I go back to the measurement tool, that hey, it's a 20-foot radius for the spell Obscuring Mist, so at least you'll see the area of effect. That works for all the spells in there, just like Grease, 10-foot cube, and there it is. And then we also have these cones and burst templates, just if you want to get exact on what you're doing. But I would say that the most important things are, here's where you access your characters and spells, and eventually we're going to hand out more information for reference so that if you ever forget what those bracelets do for what you found in this campaign, you can always come back here and once you've identified what they do, it will list it here. Similarly, I put a little map token reminder so that you can tell which space had which thing. Finally, the other important icon up here in the top right is this eye, which is the compendium. It has everything from monsters to classes to feats to items to spells. So that'll probably be on a whole other separate video, which I'll do right now. Bye!